Hey everyone! Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the 7 pros of living on your own after college. Now, if I seem to not be looking directly at you and I'm looking somewhere on the screen, it's because I'm actually reading an article that I wrote. So, fun fact, for those of you who maybe didn't follow me throughout my few years here on YouTube, I actually graduated college last year and I've been living on my own since July. And I have such a passion for writing, so I've been writing articles for a website called All Women Stock, and I really want to bring my articles to life, so I have decided to record a video for all of the different articles that I have written so far. On the website that are published, there's about 52 of them, so I'm going to talk to you guys today about the 7 pros of living on your own, and this is the article. So, graduating college and thinking about life after school can be really scary, but there are several pros of living on your own. I've had this idea in my head since freshman year of college, that I would graduate and then move back in with my parents because it would help me save money, I could still get fed home-cooked meals, and I wouldn't need to necessarily be a responsible adult just yet. Well, life doesn't always go the way that we planned, so I ended up doing the complete opposite and moving out. I've been living on my own since July, and now I'm here to share some of the pros of living on your own. Number 1, living on your own gives you a time to reinvent and discover yourself. I have done so much soul searching since I moved out. Seriously, I feel like a completely different person. I've realized that even though I consider myself moved out of the house when I had left for college, I was still under that mom and pop umbrella of the university. I went to the cafeteria for meals, I always had professors there to guide me, and I was still told how and when to do things. One of the greatest pros of living on your own is having time to learn about your passions and your dreams and figuring out what needs to be tweaked or changed or improved in order to successfully transform yourself into a new you. Number 2, learning how to be independent and responsible. So, no more meal swipes, no more laundry swipes, no more running to your RA for something. For the first time in 22 years, and fun fact, I'm turning 23 on Tuesday, April 15th. That's my 23rd birthday. So basically, for the first time in 23 years, I feel completely responsible for my own actions, and it's been teaching me how to embrace my independence. Now, this may sound scary to most of you, especially those of you who might still be in college or in high school. But believe me when I tell you from experience that it's actually a really exciting new challenge. I had a tendency to call my parents, reach out to a friend, or contact a professor when I was struggling with something, because I always wanted approval before I did something. Yes, I'll admit I was always too cautious and too afraid to do something on my own, in fear of failing or making a mistake. Moving out has made me learn how to think for myself. I wake up every morning now and think, challenge accepted. Number 3, chance to make new friends. If you're really a shy person or don't know how to break out of your shell, moving out can be a really great icebreaker for you. For those of you who are outgoing and loud like me, moving out can be a fun new way to make friends. This friendship journey can begin before you even start looking for a new place. Maybe one of your friends has wanted to move out too, so why don't you guys join forces and move together? Maybe you want to embark on a more challenging journey by putting yourself on the market to meet someone new through a newspaper or an ad online. That's actually how my roommate and I met. After talking back and forth for a while online, we decided to meet at Starbucks, and we just really hit it off. Make sure that you don't pick someone just because. This isn't college anymore. You don't need to live with someone that you don't want to live with or be with someone with whom you have nothing in common with. Ask each other questions. See if the two of you share the same view on things. Either not wanting boyfriends over on the weekends, respecting each other's privacy, mutually agreeing to keep the place clean. And don't forget about the neighbors that you'll meet once you move in. My roommate and I have become very close friends with the people that live around us. Number 4, having your own privacy. So, how many of you guys have walked into your room and either saw that something was missing or that something was rearranged? If you can still count these instances on your 2 hands, you're lucky. As much as I love my parents, I used to cringe when they would change something in my room. I appreciated their thought of wanting to help clean and organize, but I still felt kind of violated. I'll never forget the year that I started writing a mystery story, only to discover the next day that the pages went missing. I was probably about 16 years old when I began writing it. In my mind, ripping the pages out of a notebook, crumbling them up to give the page texture, and shoving them back in my desk was a good idea. Little did I know that the next day was children room cleaning day. So much for my book to be. I'll never know what could have become of that story. Who knows? Maybe I could have been the next Stephanie Myers. Number 5, setting your own rules. So this pro piggybacks off of enjoying your own privacy. Ladies in college, I'm sure you can relate to this. Do you feel like when you go back home, you're 12 years old again, just like how you were when you were 12? I know that I felt that way when I would go home, and I was never fond of it. I can't imagine how different my life would have been if I had moved back in with my parents. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying to disown your parents or forget about them. Moving out has surprisingly brought me closer with them, but the idea of now being able to set my own rules rather than follow theirs has been very liberating. I have to admit, though, that I really respect my parents' rules and still implement a lot of them, such as vacuuming every day, making the bed, cleaning the kitchen, cleaning my room, that kind of thing. Bedtime, TV time, when and how I decide to clean and run my place, though, that's been the best experience. If I choose to stay up and watch a movie on a work night, I can. Heaven forbid that I was able to do that when I was at my house with my parents. If I decide to maybe wait a few hours before cleaning the kitchen, I can. Basically, setting your own rules really rocks. Number 6, having the freedom to invite your friends. So yes, of course, this freedom exists on campus, but if you were to move back in with your parents, how would your parents feel if you decided that on a Thursday night you wanted to invite over some friends, blast music, eat junk food, come home late, and then cook breakfast at 2 a.m.? I don't think they'd be on board. But guess what? You do have this freedom when you're living on your own after school. My roommate and I came to the conclusion and the agreement that we wouldn't have guests come over during the weekdays because she's finishing PT and I still have to get up early for work. We do, though, have days off, and when we have nothing going on, and we just decide randomly to just call over friends and invite them. I've had more sleepovers in the past few months than I've had over the past 6 years. Number 7, knowing where everything is. So this is a biggie, I swear. Every time I go to my parents' house to visit, something is changed or moved or gone, or all the above. I don't like not knowing where things are. When I moved into my condo, I decided where the dishes went, what each drawer was going to store, how my closet was going to be organized, where my shoes would go, and what my room would look like. Side note, this is the first time that I ever actually got to organize and design my room the way that I wanted to, so I'm probably going to be uploading a room tour pretty soon because I love the way that everything turned out. I wouldn't have had this freedom if I had moved back in with my old room where everything has been the same for years. I almost feel trapped or stuck just thinking about being stuck in sameness, of going back to what I had known to for so long. And do you know what the best part of everything is? That I don't need to scream, "Mom, Dad, where is blank?" anymore, and it's amazing. So although your parents are wonderful and moving back in with them after college may make you feel safe, secure, and comfortable, keep in mind that there is a big world out there for you to see, and moving out may be the first step that you'll need in order to transform yourself into a more perfect you. It can be scary, but if you feel ready to take a leap of faith, it will be one of the best decisions you could ever make for yourself. So, for those of you that are living alone, what's your favorite part about living alone? Now, a fun fact about my videos is that I'm going to end all of my videos, just like my articles, with a question, and so this will give you guys the opportunity to talk amongst yourselves, chat with me about the question pertaining to the article, and that'll be what'll go in the comment section. And a cool thing that I'm deciding to do is leave the comments section open for you guys to actually ask or actually pick the article topic for the next week. So this is a really great way to just kind of have interaction. I've always wanted to make this channel very interacting, so now I'm going to be leaving every video with a question, and also giving you guys an opportunity to be featured in what article I write for the next week. And I've decided that I want to also personally shout out to you in my actual article. So when it gets published on the website, everyone that reads it will see that you were the one that picked the question, picked a topic, and I'm going to give you a shout out as a huge thank you for just reaching out and wanting to get involved. So I will see you guys next week. I'm going to leave the link to my page on the All Women's Talk website, and as I mentioned at the beginning, there's about 52 of them that already got published. I really do love to write, so I'm excited to bring my articles to life for you guys and read them to you, and just have more interaction. But those of you that are going to go and check out my site will see what future videos are going to be about, because that's going to be a sneak peek. This particular one is all the way down below at the very, very beginning. So I'm starting at the bottom of all of my articles and then working my way up. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next week.